everybody, how is everybody doing? Today we're going to be exploring a game that I made in code.org that's basically getting treasure under the ocean. So this game is relatively simple and we're gonna get this guy to collect these 3 pieces of treasure. But wait, there's more. There's gonna be some fish and octopi, or should I say octopuses? Who knows? And basically just underwater creatures that are gonna try to get in his way, and he has to dodge them and get the coins, or else he's gonna lose points. So let's begin. We've talked about the point of the game, which was step 1 of the 4 steps of how to make a game. Then step 2, we need to make and design the game. So we need to set the sprites. And before we do that, we're going to set the score to 0 because we have a score. And let's begin with the design. Let's set background to underwater and make 3 gold coins called gold 1, gold 2, and gold 3. Now we need to set the size of them, which is basically the same, except we put 3 different names for each of the 3. And we're going to set the size to 40 so that it's a little bit more challenging for the person that's playing it to collect the coins. Let's continue by making a new sprite called Boy. And the boy is going to have this costume, and he's going to be over here. Remember to set the locations. Like, for example, I'll set this one to here, and then I'll set this one to here, and then I'll set this one over here. That's just an example. You can set the locations to wherever you want. Let's create the underwater creatures now. There's going to be 3 fishes. 3 pink fishes with the pink fish costume, and it's going to be called Fish. Keep in mind that only one of the 3 is called Fish, and I covered this in another video, but just in case you didn't watch it, the reason is the system isn't that smart. And when we duplicate 3 different fishes, it's going to have 3 different names, and only one of them is going to be called Fish. So this is a good thing in some cases if we want to randomize 1 out of 3 to do something. And since only one of them is called Fish, we're gonna get the sprite costume. So this fish begins wandering. Then we continue to another sprite that's called Fish 2. I should say another 3 sprites that are called Fish 2 and 2 other names. And we're gonna get a green fish this time. This sprite is also going to begin wandering. Lastly, we're going to repeat 3 times to make an octopus, like over here. And this one is also going to begin wandering. The reason I put wandering is because they're going to move randomly around the board, and the player can't predict where they're going to go next. So, when boy touches fish, score -1. Fish 2, score -1. And when boy touches this fish, which is fish 1, score -1. I left out one of them so I can show you. Let's copy this and then paste this. And this one is going to be for the octopus. So when boy touches the octopus, then it's going to also be score -1. Here it is. while up pressed, we need to move this guy 10 pixels north and edges block from moving. If you don't know what this does, it's basically if the sprite touches the edge, it stops moving. Basically, it's not going to move past the edges, but it's going to stay inside the 400 by 400 pixel playing interface section, which is here. Oh, and it looks like I already made this, so I can just remove this part. When up pressed, we're going to move this 10 pixels north. And I put while instead of when, because you don't want to repeatedly click, 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 click to move it up 10 pixels each. You can just hold it, and then it's going to move up. And we're going to use the same code for down, right, and left. Up, down, right, and left. When boy touches gold 1, which is this one, set score to score plus 5. Because each gold will increase the score by 5. And we're going to show the title screen with title being score. And the sprite gold 1 will begin shrinking, shrinking, and shrinking until it hits 0. And it's going to be disappeared. It's basically going to be the same for gold 2 and gold 3, except that it's gold 3, gold 3, gold 2, and gold 2. This seems pretty hard, but it actually isn't. I recommend you try this out at home by yourself, or maybe with someone else, and make this game and test it out. Speaking of testing it out, last step in creating a game is to test it. Let's run. Look at them. They're beginning to wander around. Look. So if I touch it, it's going to decrease the score. 4. Look at this. And then we got that. And it shrunk to 0. We are at 4. And we're at 9. So this works in general. And if you want to create it yourself, you are probably going to be able to add more details, etc. I'll include the link to this in the description. If you want to create it yourself, you just need to go to the Sprite Lab, or you can click Remix, and then all the code is still going to be there, and you can add your own little details. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also remember to hit the bell icon for notifications too. Bye!